Hello, everybody. Move the mic again, Jesus. And welcome back to Blue Dragon. It's rather late, so I may not sound as enthusiastic as I usually do, but here we are in the Mural town.
Hey girl, 名前はクルック。いい、なんてラブリーな名前。おいみんな来いよ。何年ぶりかでお客人だよ。
This couch is becoming exceedingly... Oh god, what... I want to say cringy for some reason. Give it to Mar. He needs. Wait, I need to read that again. They say he wanders the road to Mural. Actually, that foreshadows an upcoming boss fight, so... You shut your frickin' mouth. Oh, crap, I forgot the guide again. Where did I put it? Here it is. So what we have to do... There's a side quest in this area. Well, I mean, there's a side quest in basically every town in this game, but... To move the mic a little closer, I'm so sorry for your eardrums. The design of this town always just kind of was just a really coolly... I say this about every single area in the game, but I love how this place is designed and how it looks. That's something I've said a bazillion times by now, but... Oh yeah, we need to see some plot. If you are wise, listen to my tale. Okie dokie. Long ago, this planet was ruled by magic. A king with powerful magic ruled from the royal throne, where magic power dictated rights and law. During this era, the strict tenets of magic rule sometimes harshly persecuted those with little or no magical ability. Oh, and if it seems like I'm reading the text before it actually happens, that's because my recording software is about a second off, so sorry about that. I'll try as hard as I can to actually say it when it happens. The discrimination of... Oh my god, I breathed in a bunch of saliva there. The discrimination deeply troubled the king, and he ordered machines to be built to aid those who were unable to use magic. The machines were developed quickly for immediate use. Infused by magic, powered by magic, the eternal engine was invented. But all those drowning in power were fated to perish in it. What's this? That's my shoe voice. Looks like a painting about a war. At first it was a small war, but it's... my voice. At first it was a small war, but it soon engulfed the whole world. Power was restrained with more power. And then everyone was wiped out? History only tells, only watches. Go now, and find the answer yourselves, young sages. We're sages, apparently. My role ends with the telling of this sad tale. Please proceed to the central hall. And believe it or not, there really isn't a lot to examine in this rubble. Yeah, here we get to the shops, which are actually machines. Well, I mean, we already have a lot of what we need, so we don't need that. Ah, but we might need this. Let's see what they've got for us. Mithril, spelled with an I and not with a Y. For some reason. Mithril ring. Mithril necklace. Ooh. Jiro already has high magic defense, so I'm just gonna give that to him. Mithril earring. No one needs this. Shu doesn't really need an MP buff. Spells. Let's see what we can buy here. Yeah, nothing we don't have already. Except those support magic spells, but we don't really need those. Okay, yeah. Now where's the kid that gives us that side quest? Which is actually really frustrating in some situations. It can be, yes, this side quest can be extremely, extremely frustrating. Where am I going? Ah. Yeah, well, this room is full of barriers. In the idyllic scenery of this room is drawn the lifestyle we miss so much. Okay, yeah, cool. But warp device. Come on, where's the kid who gives us the quest? Camera. Yeah, the cats. Yep, we gotta count frickin' mural cats. Which are these things? That's one. I'm pretty sure there's only one in every room, but you can never be sure. Yeah, there's only one in this room, I think. Oh, there's one over there. You know, these look less like cats and more like bats. You know? Okay, so we counted the cat in here. Isn't there a list in here that... No! There is not a list in the guide that tells me where all the cats are. Yep, and we get a mystery part, but that won't come into play until the post game. I'm serious. I am not kidding. So let's go find some more cats. Some more little kitty cats. Is there a cat in here? Nope. Yeah, this episode is dedicated almost, I think it'll be dedicated almost completely to just the things we can do in Mural Town. Where my kitty cat? Here, kitty. Ah, there you are. No, 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 we have to count him. That's 3 cats. There are 8 cats in total, the guide tells me. And no, you can't just count the same cat 8 times in a row. You actually have to go around and count all the freaking cats. Am I sure? There's gotta be a cat in here somewhere. Okay, there is not a cat. Yeah, I already counted the cat that was in here. So let's continue this way. There are 3 chests in this room. Wait, I think did I see a cat on the floor, or is that just the glass? Yeah, I'm crazy about these cats. Wait, I just saw one. Ah, 2. 2 cats. Count that cat. And that cat. 5 cats. 6 cats. 7 cats. And 8 cats. Back we go. Where are you, child? Here we go. Little tiny child. 8 cats. Yeah! 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 Yeah, we got a barrier magic spell. Anchor. Which does something. But we have no time. We must continue. Wait a minute. Ooh, something just came up here, so hold on, I'll cut this out, but I'll be back shortly. Okay, people, now that that's taken care of, I can get back to doing what I'm supposed to do here. Which is, in this case, heading off to... Ugh, kind of slammed down on the couch. Ow. So yeah, that big flaming bird is our boss in question, so... Well, the boss of Mural Valley, not the boss I mentioned earlier. So here we are, back in frickin' Mural Valley. Yep, the thing just appears right away, but he's not too difficult. Although for some reason I remember losing to him a lot on my first playthrough. He's weak to water and wind, so... Have we gotten Erase yet? No we haven't. Let's see just what we can do. Let's hit him with the wall. Got it itch. Okay, yeah, there really isn't much to this. Oh, I got that defense down debuff again. You know, if it stopped if it stopped raising its attack, I think it'd actually stand a chance. What? Oh, is that because I have the flame bracelet? Yeah. Haha, you can't hit us. It's because I got the flame bracelet on Jiro. I'm not going to be able to... Jeez, man. He just really has some sort of, like, freaking obsession with raising his attack. And he can somehow restore his own HP by screaming at us. Just put another wall on there. Trust me, we're going to be seeing use of that spell a good lot. I haven't taken any damage in this fight yet. And I think that's just because he won't attack us. He's only used one attack. One. And I already had wall up, so... Call it being over-leveled, but I don't think that's exactly what it is. Well, there we go. You finally tried. And the reason why it went over my wall, I think I'll start using water. No, I have Winda, so... And trust me, I don't have to continue in this dungeon after we defeat this... Speaking of the devil, I can just go back and go to the inn, and then we can continue. That is not going back to the inn. Oh, and once you pick up that shabby book, it turns into the reflect spell. Barrier magic. Yeah. Once we get it, of course. Electrowave hypnosis. For some reason, it always sounded rather sketchy to me. Well, since there's actually no boss at the end of this dungeon, let's just blaze through it and get all the chests that we can. I mean, cutting out that chunk where I was gone, this episode shouldn't be as long as it looks. To me, at least. I might as well. You know what I'm gonna do there? I'm gonna edit in a the Price is Right loser horn sound effect there. Like the look on Shu's face, he just looks like his neutral expression makes him just look like, oh God, what have I done? And the way it just kind of slowly and depressingly fell into the abyss is pretty funny as well, I must say. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom. Trouble keeps you running faster. Sonic boom, sonic boom. Save the planet from disaster. Sonic boom, sonic boom. Spinning through the world in motion. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom, boop 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 bow. If you're strong, you can fly. You can reach the other side of the rainbow. Wow, no, no, no. It's alright. Take a chance, 'cause there is no circumstance that you can't handle when you use your mind. I'm so sorry about that. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom. Or do you want me to sing Toot Toot Sonic Warrior? I actually don't know the lyrics of that song other than Toot Toot Sonic Warrior. Something, something, something. Toot Toot Sonic Warrior. Bravery in your mind. Nothing can survive the will to stay alive. 'Cause if you try, you can do anything. If you didn't actually know this, I'm a gigantic Sonic nerd. Although I think I've done pretty well in concealing that over the past, well, in the past. Because for some reason, liking Sonic has now just, it has some sort of huge stigma. I like Sonic. To me, it is it's a good franchise. It's had its awful moments. It's had its good moments, though. I will not deny that there have been some pretty fantastic Sonic games. And I'm no frickin' Sammy Classic Sonic fan. I know that the retro Sonic games are of better quality. They have better quality assurance than the modern Sonic games, but that doesn't mean that all modern Sonic games are bad. I mean, the Sonic Adventure series is great, and I love Sonic Heroes, even though my Sonic Heroes disc is scratched, and that means I can never complete it. Yeah. And Sonic 06, I have a kind of a strange history with that game. I have a really weird history with that game. Um, I guess I've got time to talk about my history with Sonic 06. So when I first played Sonic 06, I thought it was awesome because I was actually 6 when Sonic 06 came out. So no, I was, yeah, I think I was probably 6. I was 6, and I first played it at my cousin's house because he bought an Xbox in 2006 and it came with that game. And I thought it was awesome because by that time I had already owned Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and I was like, wow, it's another Sonic Adventure game. But I was always baffled as to why it was called Sonic the Hedgehog, but just because it was going to be a continuity reboot, which is always a great sign. No, it isn't. But, I actually never owned it until about 2 years ago when my friend, I told him, like, I've never actually owned Sonic 06, but I played a lot when I was a kid. This was, like, before I got into internet reviews, like, big time. I heard that it was disappointing, but I didn't really know just how awful it was. So, he gave his copy to me because he said that he didn't really want it anymore. I should have listened. But, he gave his copy to me, and I just decided to, like, play through it. I'd, like, marathoned it. And after it was all over, I think I, like, broke down and started crying or something. Because I could not fathom just how awful that game was. It's so bad. It's really bad. And the worst part about it is, oh my god, I could actually consider it a guilty pleasure of mine. But only certain stages are guilty pleasures. Like Silver's Dusty Desert, please. But there are some stages in Sonic 06 that I admit to actually enjoying. Um, I really like Um, I like most of Sonic's stages, although they tend to overstay their welcome. I'm in the minority when I say that I really like Shadow's combat-based gameplay style. Because, I mean, like, it worked. And it wasn't buggy, like a lot of people say it was. And I actually found use in Shadow's Chaos powers. And yes, I do somewhat enjoy. I'm probably saying things straight out my butt right now, but there are some silver stages that I do enjoy. Like, maybe 2 of them. And I am not saying that I like Sonic 06. Oh wait, I forgot about a 3D Sonic game. Shadow the Hedgehog. Some people think that I think Sonic 06 is a better game than Shadow the Hedgehog. Allow me to rephrase myself. The parts of Sonic 06 that I enjoy are a better game than Shadow the Hedgehog overall. I've never owned Shadow the Hedgehog, but one day at a friend's house we kind of marathoned it. But keep in mind it was the PS2 version, so I don't know how buggy that version is in comparison to the GameCube version. Because, the PlayStation 2 version of Sonic Heroes is a buggy freaking mess. So maybe Shadow on the GameCube is better, because I've never owned Shadow and I don't plan on it. I found the gun combat really. I didn't find it bad, it was just really out of place. I think I found myself using the homing attack and the spin dash and stuff more than I actually used guns. This is from things that happened 5 or 6 years ago, so don't take my word completely for what I'm saying here. Where am I right now? Where am I right now? Let me try and get a good figuring of exactly where I am. Okay, so I'm back near the entrance. So I kind of made my way around, opening up the treasure chest. Yeah, okay. So now, it's high time to head down here. So let me continue about my history of 3D Sonic games, because I'm sure you just want to hear all about that. Sarcasm. Sonic Unleashed. I also have a rather strange history with that game. The first version of Sonic Unleashed I owned was the Wii version, which I ended up selling when I didn't really care about collecting games. The Wii version of Sonic Unleashed is a fine game. It's not bad, but it certainly isn't great, and the consistently freaking awful frame rate and lack of missions didn't really help with how short the game was in general. The controls were also really weird. It just didn't feel right for some reason. It felt really slippery. But 3 years ago, I picked up Sonic Unleashed on the Xbox 360, and I am sorry to say that I have barely touched that game in years. There's just something about it I can't stand. I love the daytime stages, and I actually kind of like the nighttime stages. They're fine. But what I absolutely cannot freaking stand is how you have to collect medals to progress. That's a stupid way of extending game time. It's really, really dumb. I've been trying to collect medals to get into Adabat for 2 years, and I've just lost all my patience with it because I bought Sonic Unleashed so I could experience the full speed of those stages, because, you know, the Wii version was a bit slower than the Xbox version. However, when I bought the Xbox version, I didn't know just how crazy the whole medal collecting thing could get. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so I remember the first time I played Sonic 06 on the Xbox 360. The first time I play a game, I ended up playing it for a really long time. But the first time I played Unleashed on the 360 was it was one of the weirdest gaming experiences I've ever had. After I finished that session, I was in Missouri, so I actually made it about a fourth through the game, one play session. Sonic Unleashed is short, people. But oh, it's a transformation box. But anyway, let's put in those. Oh, well. Don't I have Jabral earrings? Do I not have Jabral earrings? Do I really not have Jabral earrings? I don't... But judging by what the guide says, I don't need what they make it into. So I'm just gonna put in a Shadow Crystal. Cool, Grand Shadow Crystal. But, anyway, Sonic Unleashed. I remember I got to the first nighttime stage in Missouri, which is the first, like, really difficult nighttime stage. I still have a tough time with those stages. But, oh my god. I am man enough to admit that, and mind you, I was not a young child then. I was maturing, because I was in 6th grade 3 years ago. I am man enough to say that I did, in fact, get so frustrated with that stage that I began to cry, like, hysterically. I am man enough to admit that the nighttime Missouri stage, the first nighttime Missouri stage, caused 6-year-old Rush Studios 101 to start crying hysterically. Yeah, because I mean, the stages in Unleashed in the Wii version were, I hate to say it, they were really, really easy. But Sonic Unleashed on the 360 is actually pretty difficult. I find myself having a tough time with that game all the time. But it caused me to cry. Caused me to cry like a young child. But anyway, it was a really weird day that day. And then I actually ended up picking up Sonic Colors before Sonic Unleashed. Keep in mind, I did not pick up these games as they came out. I'm not like I am now, where I pick up games as soon as they come out, because I'm freaky like that. But, Sonic Colors is my favorite 3D Sonic game. I love Sonic Colors. I love that game. So imagine, take the daytime stages in Sonic Unleashed. There's like, maybe, I don't know how many daytime stages there are, but take the daytime stages in Sonic Unleashed and make all the stages in the game daytime stages with no metal collecting. That's Sonic Colors. And my god, is it delectable. Everything about Sonic Colors is just awesome. Everything about that game rocks. The soundtrack, the visuals look stunning for the Wii, unlike the iffy-looking Sonic Unleashed. Put in 3 items to get 1. What? You put in 3 items to get 1? I don't have enough Ruby. Well, okay. Oh, yeah, the flawless ones. Ah! I'm getting too tired. But anyway, Sonic Colors. Oh my god, I love that game. I used to have the soundtrack on my iPhone, but I had to delete it to make space for iOS 8. Screw you, Apple. Screw you, Apple. You made me delete the Sonic Colors soundtrack just so I could make space for an update that changed next to nothing. Nothing! And I think the best thing about Sonic Colors is how the story, like Sonic Heroes, don't get. I think I skimmed over Sonic Heroes, but I really like Sonic Heroes. It's really unique, and I like it a lot. But so the story in Sonic Colors, like Sonic Heroes, it's very light-hearted, but it's still just deep enough so that it doesn't come off as cheesy and unnecessary. It's good. It's real good. It's good stuff. And that was when Roger Craig Smith and Kate Higgins were cast as Sonic and Tails. That was Sonic Unleashed was the last Sonic game to use 4Kids voice group, which I'm glad is a thing that happened. Although they kept Mike Pollock as Eggman because everyone knows Mike Pollock is the best Eggman voice. There is no contest. Mike Pollock is simply the best Eggman voice of all time. Case in point. And the writing for Sonic Colors was really clever as well. It was written by the same group of writers who wrote Mad World, which is a fantastically gory and clever Wii game. I don't own it, but I've seen enough gameplay footage online to know enough about what it's about. Because you can't find Wii games anywhere that isn't Super Mario Galaxy or shovelware trash. Sorry. Speaking of Wii games, why did I... 5th grade me was dumb, you know? I'm pretty sure 5th grade all of us was dumb, but 5th grade me was especially dumb because I sold my special edition Skyward Sword copy. Yeah, the one that came with that special soundtrack CD. That one. Yeah. And you know what I used the money that I got for it to buy? Pokemon White, which I almost immediately sold back. And I never, ever have gotten Skyward Sword back. Why did 5th grade me dislike Skyward Sword so much? I just need to give it another chance, you know? When I was younger, I thought that I didn't really understand the value of video games, so if I didn't like it, I would just sell it immediately. Which is why most of my game collection from when I was a kid, games I didn't appreciate then, I don't own anymore because I would always sell them. I'm ignoring plot that's happening, but what kind of plot does this game have anyway? Well! Even though I didn't get to finish talking about 3D Sonic. Rave Party with... Oh my god! How did I never know you could do this before? This is hilarious! Can I... okay, yeah. We're gonna drink... Alright, so, on the next episode of Blue Dragon, we're gonna continue down the road to Jabral. And stuff. See you next time.